Hello everybody, and welcome to another quick brief session. My name is Frank, and I'll be going over a few things on how to market your business in a recession for a few moments. What I'd like to do is, of course, go over some things that you can do in order to bring back customers or bring in customers to your store during these tough economic times. What I'd like to do first is go over what to expect. Of course, 2009 seems to be a rough year. It's still pretty rough out there, and it's heading into the second quarter in June, or at least the end of the second quarter in June. And of course, consumers' spending is down, and the economy appears to be getting a little bit better more recently, especially with gas prices being lower than they have been in the last 6 months, and that some consumers are still willing to spend money, especially if you're aware of what will get them to buy your products. And this has to do with, of course, advertising promotions, but more recently that the web and discount stores and pricing promotions seem to be keeping consumers spending a lot more than they had thought they would be. And also, consumers are looking for bargains. They have been for quite a while now, at least over the past year, close to a year, and more recently since the end of last year and the beginning of this year, since the economy seemed to have slid a little bit more with all that was going on. But there is hope, and there are things that you can do, of course, to keep consumers coming in, especially for the rest of this year, because the rest of this year seems to be that things are going to remain the same with the economy and at least get better slowly from everything that I've been reading and doing research on. Some brief tips that you want to go over, or at least implement. You want to, of course, know that web sales are expected to hold strong, stronger than traditional brick and mortar stores. That's because people are researching online, they're looking for bargains, they're constantly looking for ways to save money, and the web is a portal for that. There are a lot more choices, there are a lot more ways to save money, either by free shipping or being able to sell products at a lower price because it's so inexpensive to run a business or to have a business that sells through the web. And of course, you want to reassess your product. During these tough economic times, you want to be able to know, or at least to figure out that you might want to consider lowering your margin on some of your products, at least not all of your products, but some of your products, to be able to figure out which products that you would want to sell at a lower price to attract customers into your business, and also to make sure that you are considering favorable pricing. And what I mean by favorable pricing, either promotions or lower prices, discounts, things that you want to do to either bring in your customers or to keep them coming back. And of course, these are some regular ways of doing that, or at least traditional ways of doing that. This is nothing new. However, especially now, you want to make sure that you do this for the rest of the year, because the rest of the year is going to be, if not as tough, but the economy isn't going to grow much more than it has now. And you want to be able to create these favorable pricings in order to keep your customers coming back. You want to figure out on at least every month you want to change, you want to update, you want to make sure that the pricing that you put on your products or your services are at least reasonable, and also give them, the consumer, multiple ways of finding those prices and those products. More tips you want to consider: of course, provide an easy way for your customers to find your products online. You want to make sure that you have, of course, maps, directions, not just to your business, but also to where these products are located. On my last tips that I gave, you want to be able to also make sure that you have these special products or promotions on your website in your advertising, and you want to constantly do it, you're going to have to be doing this for the rest of the year. And maybe you want to change up the way you advertise or the way you promote, but you want to do it cost effectively and the most effective way right now is, of course, on the web. If you're a discount store, then you may already be doing this, but if you're a service business especially, you want to consider making sure that the prices that you provide are going to be something that you want to consider constantly for the rest of the year. Next, you also want to make sure that you provide a way for your customers to find your offers through the web or through regular advertising. You want to make sure that all this information is out there, that people are looking for it, that is easily found. And you also want to make sure that these promotions are something that are going to be attractive to your customers, of course. And you're going to have to find unique ways of doing this and to get customers to keep coming back. And also you want to make sure that you create discounts that are reasonable. Of course, you want to make sure that your company or business is still making money, but still you might want to have to sacrifice profit, at least breaking even for the rest of the year, at least to keep your business running and at least keeping the cash flow coming into your business. And of course, you can read the rest of our information, and we actually have a great research study that I put in our blog, and you can go to this web address at powerfind.com WordPress recession spending, and you'll find a full-length study with research on the exact numbers that the expected 2009 economy will look like for consumers, what they'll be spending on, and exactly what they'll be doing. I want to thank you for watching, and of course, please visit our blog, and you can read more on some tips and tools and the research done that supports exactly what you can do to keep your customers coming back in. Thank you very much.